So tell me the background behind Sam Dickinson getting into music, and was it an early calling for you? Did you always want to be a singer, or...?
Well, I think it's totally honest, it started standing on the drive with my sister doing the Spice Girls to the builders on the other side of the road. I went into theatre, acting, amateur dramatics first.
Right.
And then it developed into doing the musicals, getting a lead role in one musical when I was about 9, 10.
Who were you?
I was Oliver. I did go for The Awful Dodger, but I got Oliver from there. And then after that, that's where the music came in and started, and I got singing lessons after that. I was classically trained until I was about 16.
Alright, cool.
Then from 16, I turned around and went, no, I need to do, popular music, what I like.
Yeah.
So we started going down that route, wrote a couple of songs when I was 16.
Okay.
And then I didn't really start that. I went to uni to do geography. Completely bombed out of that.
How do we do that, though?
It was just
Yeah, not for me.
Oh, it was awful.
As you can tell.
Awful. And then I completely bombed out of that. And then I thought, I'm going to go and do music. I'm going to give it a stab, give it a try. So went on to this popular music course. Met a load of people, and that's when I started songwriting.
Right.
And that's when I really, really started honing on what I wanted to do. As a business, and putting it out there as a business, because you go and do all the cabaret sets. As a business, it's really been about the past 18 months.
Cool. I know you quite well, and you're really passionate about music and the kind of music that you like. What was the first song that you bought?
Spice Girls Stomp. With the pink cover.
I thought it was something really...
No. I mean, I started collecting vinyls off eBay.
Right.
But I got them for a lot of, artists in the 90s, like Gabrielle, people like that.
So but the actual physical single was Stop.
Stop the Spice Girls. It was either that, or it was Steps 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right, okay. Moving on. But what about the last single? What you bought recently?
Texas. I've downloaded Texas this week. Their new album.
I didn't know that.
Brand new album. I've downloaded them recently.
Cool.
You'd be really pleased to know I downloaded the complete Lisa Stansfield collection.
Oh yes. So. I will be pleased. about that. That's cool. But musical influences.
Yes.
Tell me about them, because I know some of them, but the people who are watching this video, when you hear the album and you hear your previous stuff, I know it's quite clear to see who your inspirations are.
Yes.
So tell me about them.
Motown Stax Records, heavily in.
Yeah.
They're just sort of, everyone would say that. Everyone says Stevie Wonder or Aretha Franklin's one of their idols, but they might not necessarily go down that musical route.
Right.
As heavily as what I've gone down. Out of modern artists, it is the Gabriella Beverly Knight, the Joss Stone, Mick Hucknall, that kind of sound. And it was really when I was growing up, I listened to the likes of M People, Lighthouse Family, Texas. And then as I grew older, I started to discover their influences.
Right.
And it was even, I still do it now. When I went into the studio, they turned around and said, right, who's, one of your idols? I want what Beverly Knight went, right, so who's Beverly Knight's idol?
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin. So who's Aretha Franklin's idol?
I'm
no
lost.
idea.
I would argue.
Mahalia Jackson, the big gospel singer from the early 1900s. And what they said is go back and listen to all of that music. Because Aretha took a little bit of Mahalia. And Beverly took a little bit of Aretha.
Yeah.
So you're getting a little bit of something that Mahalia once was.
That's quite complex, though.
As a singer, so went on iTunes, I think it was about £2, I got 100 tracks downloaded. So just to start and listen to what she does, what she does is phenomenal, but it all just, so really in fairness, my influences go from the early 1900s to now, without trying to sound too...
No. Not at all. Music's massive for me, and I'm really grateful for the things, for the artists who've influenced me over the years, and you do reach a point at a certain age where nothing current is good enough for you at all, and I've kind of always been a bit like that, really, because I prefer the old sound and I just prefer everything about it.
I just try to steer away from top 40 as such.
Yeah.
Because I find that when artists get past their commercial peak, for me they start doing the best music they've ever done. Because it's not the pressure there, it's got to sound current, it needs to sound number one, it needs to sound this.
I mean, I am an easy listener. I'm a Radio 2 kind of, that's my thing. every now and again, something will come into the charts and I think, oh, I quite like that. And obviously being a DJ, I have to go and listen to it and I have to download it and I have to have it for work, but I would never play it in the house. No, definitely not. No, definitely not. How would you describe your voice? What would you say is your voice? Obviously, you know, it's definitely not pop, is it?
No.
So
I would say soulful. Soulful. I don't know whether that comes from the people I've spent my time listening to, and I took bits of them, you know, that sort of thing. I think because of the classical training, you have a lot of the power behind your voice.
Okay.
It's a hard question, really, in fairness. I don't think I've ever been asked. It's
definitely soulful. It's definitely soulful.
Yeah, it's definitely soulful. You know, I wouldn't go and do a big pop track. I just don't think the voice would lean to it. You know, certainly couldn't go do a Britney Spears style track.
No, but you've put your own twist on pop tracks. 'Cause when we saw the show in Newcastle, you added songs which I would have said were old pop tracks, which you had done your own little twist on it. So
you know, Chaka Khan and Tina Turner tracks. And I think it's important if you want to stay away from being a cabaret act. If you do covers in a set, and I'll probably do about 5 or 6 to change them and make them sound.
What I would say is it's definitely distinctive. You would if you put 10 male singers on a track, I could pick out your voice from it, which is exactly what you would do with Mick Hucknall, because his voice is just standalone, isn't it? Tom Jones,
possibly one of the finest male singers from the country.
I'm a great fan of Simply Red, definitely. So you're going on tour with the album, which we'll talk about after. But I want to talk about the album. And what fascinates me is last year you went for The Voice.
Yes, we're going to talk about that, aren't we?
No, because it all kind of links round.
Yeah.
You went to The Voice and you were dead excited, and they approached you, didn't they? So it was different.
It was, They, what happened was, they got in touch with me via Facebook.
Right.
Got all my contact details, and it's for about a week solid. I had phone calls, emails, Facebooks, you know, obviously they sent scouts out to look for people that they want to do the show. You know, as we found out with some of the people that we've seen this year with Lorraine Crosby and Nate James, they all approached these people. And they definitely wanted, you know, we want you to do it, come down, you're great for the show. Their main worry was, how would I feel about singing cover songs, which I would have been fine with. Went into an audition.
So you can't sing your own song?
No. No. Went to the audition, no thanks. So I thought, you know, it was one of those things where it would not have crossed my mind to enter had they not approached me.
No, but the fact that they approached you.